welcome to the monthly journal video that I make every month. Before I talk about October, I gotta give you some background on September. Because for October, we're not doing what we did in September, not what we did in the other months. We're now going into the weekly spreads, the basics. And this is because in September, I separated the month into 2 weeks, more or less. And the first 2 weeks of September were really empty, or it just looks really empty because I wasn't sure whether or not I should put everything I had to do every single day, because clearly there's not enough space, because it's supposed to fit in 2 weeks. And if I did everything I did in the day, or everything that I had to do in the day, there literally would not be enough space. So it's really empty, and I rarely used it. Basically, I barely looked at the journal. Basically, like I just wrote stuff, and then just forgot about it. So when I realized that in the first 2 weeks, going to the next 2 weeks of September, I tried to add more things, but then what I told myself in the first 2 weeks of September came true, since there literally is not enough space to put everything. So there are things that I had to do that I didn't put in here, but I still did them and did not forget about them, thankfully. But it's just, I wish I did have more space, so that's what I resolved to do in October. So in October, we're doing the weekly spread, and for the first part, I put in the calendar, the habits, the usual, but I also added this thing that I did in the start of the year. It's called like a future log, and I only made one for just this month. This is like a test to see if it's actually helpful, or if it's of any use to me. Yes, sir. Mhm. So yeah. So for this, because last in September, I could not differentiate the important dates from each other. Like what counts as like a thing that I actually have to write down, or a thing that I can just not write down. Like there was that whole, what is that line? I don't know if anyone gets this, but it's just for my bullet journal. So yeah, I have this section now for all dates that I want to remember, and then under that I put the first 4 days of the month, because it's October starts in the middle of the week, and I didn't want to have a week where it had the last 3 days of September plus October. I don't do that in this. I never do that. I always have to keep the months separate, because it's just really weird to me. You guys can do it if you want, but it's just, in my personal preference, is not to do it. So I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in this part of the spread as a mini week, kind of a half week, and then we have week 1. And for the next weeks, including this one, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. But no, there's no but. Just kidding. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. But that's it. So I just put the title week 1 and all the dates under week 1 for the next 3 spreads, and that's literally just my bullet journal. I guess I'll show you. I'll talk about what I learned, or what I'm gonna do for November based on what happens this month. So yeah, that's it for me. And that's my bullet journal. Thanks for watching. Bye.